Welcome to Film Shapes.
The podcast.
I'm gonna ask you some questions. How many are there?
One guy inside the front door, second guy on the top floor.
Hi, everybody. This is Film Shapes, of course. Today I'm here with Roly. Hi, Roly.
Hi.
And how are you?
Fantastic. Thank
you
you, Shady.
Be coughing much?
No, I'm going to hold it back.
Off mic.
Yeah, off mic cough.
Sweet.
If needed.
Hey, today we're talking about You Were Never Really Here. Now, showing at the Luna, actually, here in Perth. It's a fairly confronting psychological thriller starring Joaquin Phoenix as a hard nut who rescues kids from abduction, and usually they go into the sex trade. It's directed by Lynn Ramsey. It's only her fourth film, can you believe it? Now, in this case, Phoenix gets involved with a US senator's daughter and things get messy. He has to extract her from a... Can we go into it too much here?
Well, I don't think we need to go into too much detail necessarily, but...
He's got to rescue her, basically. Let's leave it there.
Yeah, and he is a... he's an ex-military guy, suffering, I think it's fair to say, post-traumatic stress.
Yep.
He's also got a bit of history of family violence and things in the background there, which is established pretty early. So,
it's very interesting you said it that way, because I reckon this film was quite similar to the film A History of Violence by David Cronenberg. Have you seen that?
I have.
What do you reckon? Any similarities for you?
I think the pacing of it could be quite similar.
Yeah.
I was going to draw some comparison, and maybe it's not right, but to a couple of Coen brothers films.
Such as?
Well, it's the pacing, but like Inside Llewyn Davis, and to a lesser extent, maybe No Country for Old Men, where the film kind of, I don't know. There's not a lot of
no fat.
Oh, there's no fat, but there's no particular meaning that's trying to be expressed by the protagonist here. There's not a lot that's being said in a way.
Well,
which isn't.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be critical of it. I think that's part of the appeal of this film, and it would probably turn some people away from it. But there's not they're not.
Well, how do you mean? There's no message.
Well, there's definitely
being
no
told or
message. It's kind of trying to present a bit of a reality. There's it's dark kind of film noir.
Yeah, it is very tight. That's one thing. It's 90 minutes, but it seemed even shorter than that for me.
It's been compared a lot to Taxi Driver, this film. What do you think of that?
Yes, I can see some cosmetic similarities. Young girls, kind of loopy, but generally good fella. Although I think Bickle is a bit more. He's a bit more conflicted, I think, than Joe Phoenix's character in this.
I was almost going to say there's not much plot going on.
Yeah.
Is that being unfair, or maybe it's just there's a lack of meaning, or
no? Well, there's a pretty simple plot. Like it almost plays out as you set him up a bit. I won't say too much about it. There's a bit of a setup. Then there's the case that he gets, and then things go a bit pear-shaped, and he has to resolve that. So it's a reasonably straightforard plot.
I think that's what I mean. There's not much plot. It's basically a very simple plot, but it's what happens within that kind of makes this film interesting and really different. Yeah,
that's true. I enjoyed the hints and there was no bludgeoning of the message, as you were saying.
There was a little bit of hammer bludgeoning.
Physical bludgeoning. But, wrong word. They didn't hit you over the head again with what they were trying to do. There's stuff in there that you're thinking, what's that flashback of? What's he thinking of now? And who's this guy?
Have you seen the director's previous films? Any of the...
Two of them, yeah. I saw Ratcatcher, her first one. I missed Morven Caller. I may have seen that.
Caller?
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. That was another really interesting kind of strange film.
Good. She's Samantha Morton's in that, isn't she? Good actress.
But considering she's only done 4 films, is that what you said? Mm-hmm. A lot of buzz around this director. Very seems like a very well respected kind of name on the scene. For
Yeah,
some...
yeah. I think there was a film she was. I think this is the first film in 7 years or 6 years or something. She was going to do a film called Jane Got a Gun or something with Natalie Portman.
Is that the one she walked out
She
on?
walked out.
Why did she walk out?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, we should have looked into that.
No, it's the usual creative differences and things, but maybe she didn't like the way it was going.
So I'm at a slight disadvantage in this conversation because I saw this film probably
for the festival,
over 2 months ago.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And so I'm looking, and I haven't had the opportunity. I would have liked to have seen it again, but
yeah,
I'm still wondering about it as to what. No, I really enjoyed it when I came out of the cinema. I had a sense that this was a great film.
Yeah, yeah.
But looking back on it now, I'm trying to go, well, but what was it all about? And what does the name of the film mean?
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you.
Well, I've got no answers. I've got no idea. I'm confused.
Well, let's go back to the beginning. After he's done a job in another city somewhere, he gets a taxi to the airport, and there's a taxi driver singing this. As he sings the lyrics, the title comes up on the screen. I don't know what that song was, but those lyrics are in the song, perhaps. Although he might have just imagined that.
So it could be just a throwaway.
Could
There's
be.
gotta more to it.
There's much more to it, surely.
I don't think.
Is it a suggestion that his life means bugger all, and he's actually trying to do some good after his early childhood issues of attempted suicide and the bad father, etc.?
Well, he's still maybe he's doing that, but
Maybe he's trying to.
he's still trying to kind of half-heartedly kill himself as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always trying.
That's
to,
actually
trying to
the
do
opening scene of the, not to give too much away.
Yeah. There's a theory that I've read that actually he isn't there. He's just a construct from the little girl.
She's
because she saves
he's her
herself.
hero.
Yeah, but she ultimately saves herself, doesn't she? If you think about it, in that final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't really buy that.
What did you make of Joaquin in this?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him in better form. To be fair, there's a scene in the sauna where he's he's washing his face and drying his hair, and he just smiles at himself in the mirror. It's very creepy. Like tries to do a proper smile, a human smile.
He's pretty intense. I thought this was, when I first saw it, I didn't realise. I thought it was one of his films. I didn't realise he was just an actor. I thought he was more on board as a producer and things. But yeah, his intensity. He's got. He's just running on. It feels like he's running on instinct.
Yeah,
a lot, and that sort of goes all the way through the film.
Yeah. I guess there's not many like him at the moment for that kind of thing. He won the Cannes.
Who would you compare him to? He did. He won Cannes Best.
Yeah, and also for the screenplay, this film won as well. Who do I compare him to? Modern day or past?
Well, just as like if you were to put him alongside another male actor of the day, let's say Tom Cruise, for instance. What's the difference?
Oh, what? I thought you were looking for comparisons.
Because I think there's a little more going on there. I think Joaquin's kind of quite inside himself and experimenting with himself as well.
Well, his method. Apparently, he talked to a guy who does these extractions. He wanted to find out what they're like, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean it's showy acting, as in Cruise's case, with the hands and the boyish grin and all that stuff, versus he doesn't want himself to look good, Phoenix style. He wants to look as unattractive as possible.
He almost does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's trying for that.
Yep. He's succeeding in this film, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. He's all scarred up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a
but
comparison for him.
But I feel like he's indulging himself at the same time, but in a different way.
Even he's trying to do acting.
Yeah, because he's going so deep, it's hard not to be.
Yeah. No, I wonder how many... There's a lot of these lingering sort of hazy shots of him just sort of almost not reacting, but just being there, like on the train platform, etc. I wonder if the director just went, just keep doing some shit, and I'll yell out cut when I'm ready.
It looks that way sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I think that's because
That's
he's
fine.
a really good actor, and he's got a place that he goes to in those moments, which he can,
Yeah.
which feels real.
Well, that would be he'd be probably the ideal actor. He wouldn't be one of those like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you want from me. Can I do that again? He's probably like, I've got it. I think I know what I'm going to do here.
You think?
I reckon, yeah. And she's probably going, well, just, you know the script. This is what you want to do here. Just go for it and we'll see how it goes.
Or is the director doing 10 takes and he's the one going, no, just one more. I didn't quite do it that time.
Doesn't seem like it. Oh, I don't know. Don't know what their method is. For me, it doesn't seem like it. Well, what do you reckon the title's all about anyway?
Well, that's why I was going to ask you. I have no idea. But I think there's probably a few things, we could experimenting with freewheeling on that, but it's probably going to take a bit of time up and we're not going to reach the answer.
No. Well, there's a book on this that it's based on by Jonathan Ames.
Okay.
Maybe it's in that, and maybe there's a bit more of a hint.
So the book's the same name? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realise that, so there's probably something in there.
That's your homework. Go and read the book and find out.
I'll get back to you
I
on
mean, I quite like the fact that I'm confused about that, and I'm not going to really try too hard to work out what the title's all about.
No, it doesn't matter in the context of this type of film.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is it a masterpiece?
Oh, it's sort of possibly. I wouldn't.
Ooh,
I don't know. I'm not going to say it's. There's not.
a possible masterpiece.
There's nothing.
Says Mr. Shade.
There's nothing wrong with it, really. It's just does it do enough to make you? I don't know. Make you remember it again. Like I saw it about a week or so ago, and I had to look at the trailer again to get a bit of a memory jog.
Yeah, look, I think some of the sheen has faded for me, but I also feel like it is a film I could watch again.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's very, very good. It's really well made, but also, do you remember we talked about Annihilation a few months ago, and that was also very well made, and it was neat and tidy and all that, but it didn't have any guts or any sort of lasting emotional pull.
It didn't have the anywhere near the visceral quality of this film either.
There you go. Nice, yeah. But I think this one does have that.
Yeah.
So it's well made and it's got a nice tale to tell.
It feels very raw.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It's a very raw and emotional kind of focus in this film.
I think we need to... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to try and preempt what you were going to say.
Go on.
Were you going to mention the mother?
No. I was going to... But let's come back to it.
We should talk about that.
I was going to mention Tom Townend, the DP. There was lots of really neat-looking shots in this, very good stuff.
Sorry, yep.
Yeah, he's done some good work in the past. And also Johnny Greenwood, you noticed it was his music. Again, yeah.
There was some interesting use of music.
Got a bit loud at one stage.
Well, I love that kitchen scene, I think it's a little bit of a worn-out trope.
Yeah, where he's singing and polishing stuff.
The guy's dying and there's a particular song on the radio.
Oh, yes.
I've been to paradise.
Right.
Never been to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on the radio and they start singing it together.
Yeah. Well, that was neat. I didn't mind that. You think it's a trope? Of one dying man singing this to
well, just having the famous pop song in an out-of-place environment, like the... like Reservoir Dogs did that, all these...
Sure. I think it's
done,
less in your face than Reservoir Dogs. But also, Psycho was on the TV when he was talking to his mum too, right? So
feels a little standard.
Feels a little bit purposeful. Crazy mother in Psycho.
Well, everything
really?
in a film is meant to be purposeful, isn't it?
No, I mean, obviously that wasn't just it was just on the telly. It was,
So let's talk mum.
Okay. Well, yeah, it took me a while to actually notice. Oh, she's the one in the flashback as well. Of course, that's his mother, who's there in the beginning scene. Yeah.
So there's obviously been an abusive father in there.
Yeah. Although we didn't see the face. particularly.
No, okay.
But yeah, necessary. It shows him that it shows us that he's actually, apart from being a brutal mother fucker, he's
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not literally, but
no, not literally. He's also got a heart. You know, I suppose is that what we're supposed to get from that? Because
yeah, I think so. But yeah, he's also the way he's kind of looking after her, and when her fate actually,
careful. Oh well, we could.
Yeah,
let's
you know,
spoil it.
but it's interesting that when she's asleep, she tricks him.
Yes, right.
At the beginning of the film, she tricks him that
She's.
I think she's
actually
pretending
sleeping.
to be dead or asleep, or I thought she was pretending to be dead.
Right.
Anyway,
okay.
she wakes up. I tricked you, or whatever.
Yeah.
And but the interesting thing that he asks the FBI officer afterwards, after this thing,
Yeah.
was she scared?
Okay.
And he says, no, she was asleep.
Oh, I see. But
And
maybe
you wonder if she was pretending
Yeah,
again,
of course.
and that she thought it was her son in the house.
Right. So it was quite easy to do what they did to her. Okay. Yeah. Right. I didn't notice that. Yeah. Yep. Good point. But I think that humanised him a bit.
Yep.
Because you may be thinking, Jesus, this guy's he's quite serious. He might be actually worse than the high-ranking paedophiles that he's actually trying to bring down.
Yeah, you're not sure at the beginning.
Here's another thing that perplexed me a bit, and we have to get a little bit into the plot machinations here, but somebody said, I think on YouTube, that it was a setup for Joe. I don't buy that.
How's that? Yeah.
Well, I don't understand. Why would they be setting him up? He's just a...
I think that's the thing with YouTube. People will explore. There's enough people watching something and talking about it. Every angle's going to get explored somewhere.
That's good, isn't it?
And I think, yeah, sure. Let's explore that idea that it's a setup, but yeah, there's not.
I think they're missing points, aren't they? Though some of these people.
Yeah. I think they're just
As we probably
doing
are.
it for the sake of it.
Yes.
I'm sure we're missing heaps of stuff.
Yeah. Let me just. Oh. Yeah. I wanted to ask you. You remember when we were talking about this film a week or so ago? One of your mates said it's the worst film he's ever seen. Is that right?
I read that on Facebook. Yes, a polarizing film in a lot of ways. I think. Well, to be fair, for somebody that wants to walk into a cinema and be entertained, and that's their main goal, I don't think it's going to necessarily work for you. I think there is, where does this film sit in relation to other films is a really difficult question. And that's what I like about it, because it's on its own.
That's pretty. That fascinated me, because I thought, well, there must have been something that really pissed this guy off. Or I'm trying to work out what sort of films he likes now and what he doesn't. It's quite interesting.
Look, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but I think I can understand why some people wouldn't watch this film.
Yeah.
I don't think my mum and dad would like this
No,
film.
there's some brutality in it. And so people who are squeamish.
But, they used to watch Death Wish.
Okay.
Charles Bronson,
Yes.
Those kind of payback movies in the 80s and things. And
yeah, that's weird. I just couldn't...
and this in some ways is, it's a payback movie, and there's that rush when he goes back into when he goes into the building and takes guys out, one by one, and
in a really well shot sort of security camera scene.
Security cam, yeah. So,
yeah, that's
I think there's a tradition there that this is drawing from, but it's definitely got its own thing.
But the worst film someone's ever it's
well,
amazing.
People will say,
you think it was a bit just designed for effect?
Well, sometimes it could be a bit contrarian. Everybody's liking it, so maybe I'm just going to put it out there that maybe it's the worst film ever.
Okay.
Some people would do that. I tend to do things like that sometimes.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, of course it's his opinion, but I just wondered. I want to find out what he hated so much about it. I was curious.
Well,
another time, perhaps.
Another time.
What do you have a worst film you've ever seen?
Ooh.
Like, not the worst film ever made, because that's a different thing. But for you, the worst.
The worst film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was that one with Nicolas Cage, who hasn't done a good film in a long time.
Yeah.
But it was that Christian one where they're on the aeroplane and everyone disappears. What?
Oh, is this thing you were... It's a Netflix film, yeah? Were you trying to get me to watch this?
I was trying to get you to watch it.
Right.
Because it was literally the worst film I've ever seen.
Okay. Everyone disappears off the plane because they weren't holy enough or something.
Yeah, it turns out they've been, taken by God. It's the...
the ones that remain are
the ones that remain are the people that still have work to do on themselves.
Okay.
How
did Cage get that pot boiler?
He will say yes
He'll
to
do
anything,
won't he? Yeah.
As long as it's got a bit of fire in it somewhere, he'll take it on board.
You think?
Find me a film
With fire.
Post 99, maybe, or even back further than that. Nicolas Cage has done that doesn't feature fire.
What do you mean? Like gunfire?
No.
Actual fire?
Actual fire. Flames.
Oh, that's a good shout. I'll have to go through his catalogue.
Check the catalogue. There's always flames.
But there's one film he made in Alaska.
Once he did the Hell Rider one.
Yeah.
Was that the name?
I don't know. Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
It was all flames from there on.
Well, he's a flaming superhero in that.
But he likes his apocalyptic style stuff as well.
Good one.
Terrible. But yeah, I don't know what happened. It's such a shame.
I mean, that's probably awful, but it's no Grease, is it?
Grease?
Grease. That piece of shit from the 70s with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, I thought that was...
That's the worst film I've ever seen.
The worst film you've ever seen?
Yeah, it stands up. I'd have to watch some pretty stinking films to beat that.
It's a musical. That could upset you a little bit.
It was offensive. It was clearly offensive. Yeah. Anyway, that could be a good shout for listeners' questions.
Tell us. Listeners. Yeah, let us know. And
what's the worst film you've ever
seen? And
maybe,
just maybe, we'll review it.
Oh no. Really? No, I didn't. I didn't want to go that far.
But it might not be. We might disagree.
Okay, yeah.
We might look at that and go, actually, there's more to this than meets the eye.
I'm thinking of a couple of people at work and Merv, for example. I think probably Merv's worst film he's ever seen. I wouldn't mind. It's something like that, I reckon.
Yeah, well, that could be interesting.
Could be. All right. Well, let's look into that in the future. What's next? You any idea?
No,
I don't either. It's a bit of it's school holidays here, so there's lots of crap on for kids, isn't there?
If you've made it this far, listener, give us some feedback and tell us what you'd like us to see.
Get in touch on I don't know, well, just on online.
Yeah. Are we wrapping up this one?
I think we are, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See you later.
We like that film.
Yeah, I'd go and see it. I'd recommend that for sure. It's one of the best I've seen this year. Bye.
Bye.
It's okay, Joe. It's okay.